All right, everybody, welcome to the day ahead analysis for February 4th. Today I had a short at the open. I was favoring the short side just like I talked about in my video. I know Andy was thinking about getting longs, but I thought the support was a little bit below us, so I caught a short when it looked like it had some momentum to the downside at the open. It was around 2,500, so good trade of the day, walked away, called it a day there. Looks like a lot of people had a good day, I think. I haven't checked the chats yet, but from what I saw on my phone, it looked like people were doing pretty well, which is always cool to see. So for me personally, I'm expecting congestion action to continue here. The daily ended up pushing below the envelope and closing back inside of it above that congestion DML. I would expect support down here at this weekly congestion area at 68, 6860 to 6700 to be strong. Core DML, congestion DML, all sitting there. This has been an area it's been finding a lot of support through. So the chances we get a push to the downside, I wouldn't bank on that yet. Now, we did have good selling volume yesterday, or today I should say. So it's not out of the picture, but I think this area of support is still going to want to hold for now. And now that we're kind of near the bottom of this weekly congestion zone, I'm going to expect buyers to start to step in, especially if Asia gets a push down in here, and looks like it's finding support in that area too. So that's ES. I'm assuming NQ is going to be the same thing. Let me log out of this. Just back testing some stuff. So have my paper trading account open. NQ, yep. It did close below the envelope on the daily, so it doesn't look as strong, but we're still in this weekly congestion support area. I don't expect it to blow through this week. I am expecting that dump eventually, but I think support is still going to want to hold here. You have somewhat of a flash in the daily. But these congestion core DML stacking up right there, reaction support line just below it. So I think, as long as Asia holds this, holds that number right there around 25, 300, 325, I would expect buyers to continue to be strong going into New York. Now, if it looks like we have selling overnight and it continues to push down, then yeah, we could get a follow through move to the downside. Maybe retest last couple weeks lows right here around 2,500, or 25,000, I should say. So for tomorrow, I'm favoring the long side, expecting congestion action to continue on the weekly. I'm kind of gonna stay in congestion mode until the weekly tells us anything different. It's just obviously been hanging around at this spot for the past, couple months. So I have no other reason but to assume that it's going to continue that way. We can take a look at gold. Yeah, gold caught a little bit of a bid here. I kind of agree with what Andy was saying about how gold is probably just going to hang out around this area right here. I don't expect a crazy move as markets just open right there. It will probably, with this extension and congestion being inside the envelope, I would expect buyers to find support right here, especially the failed pocket right there. So I would try to buy down in here if it pushes down in there and the intraday charts confirm it. And then up in here, I would be careful longing. I would think that, that's up near this weekly resistance on that flash. So tough to say. Monthly still looks quite strong. So especially since we pushed back up and through, we are at this old extension and core DML that we did push through. Who knows? It could try to go up here and challenge this extension again. Tough to tell after these big moves like that, but especially after breaking that failed pocket, I would assume that buyers will try to hold the line a little bit and keep price around that same area that it's at right now. Silver looks like it's trying to push inside back into the envelope. It closed below all this resistance right here, so tough to say. Yearly extension's been tagged already. Quarterly extension's been tagged. Monthly extension's been tagged. Past couple week extension tagged up there at that high, so it's coming out of a lot of resistance, so I wouldn't expect a big rally to the upside. I would expect it to chop around here for a couple days and then maybe tell us where it wants to go after that. We'll see where this week closes. If it closes back in the envelope, we could get a continued push. Down below, we could be having a move continued to the downside. So move over to bonds. Bonds kind of has a nice daily pocket here. That's probably a really good resistance zone in the daily for it to at least challenge back down to yesterday's lows. That's my personal view. I still think it wants to head back down to this quarterly pocket area. Excuse me, I have to sneeze, I think. Went away on me. I hate when that happens, but Thought I had to sneeze. My allergies been kind of acting up, but so weekly kind of looks the same as NQ and ES. It's kind of just congestion, technically grinding lower. I mean, we're getting closes below, trying to get closes below the middle of the envelope. So, but that looks like a pretty nice pocket there in the weekly. So if we get a push down into this area, you get that double core DML supporting you. So up in here, I'm thinking shorts. Down in here, I would favor the long side. So we can look at the dollar and then end it off here and get this video out for everybody. I know the market's just opened. You guys can get my thoughts on what I have to see here. Dollar, that's a really nice weekly flash pattern. So, you know, I think if this moves back inside the envelope, I would be looking for short patterns if I was going to be trading it. I think this move is going to want to continue a little bit further down. It's a nice close, I know. You know, we'll see. I could be dead wrong. Monthly looks strong. It's tough to tell here, really. I mean, I would definitely not be long in this market right now with that weekly pattern. The daily doesn't look too bad. Pretty heavy sell-off. Found some support down in here. A lot of stacked up DMLs, the core DMLs. So this is kind of like a dead zone for me. I would not be touching this area. I would wait for a move back inside the envelope to see if a short pattern lined up. And then down in this, to retest yesterday's lows. This sneeze keeps coming and going, I swear. I could cut the video and so you guys don't have to see that, but I really don't care. I'm just gonna try to get this video out unfiltered, unedited. So yeah, that's what I have for euro versus dollar. But for NQ and ES, I'm thinking in favor of the long side tomorrow, especially with being down at that weekly congestion support area. And then if we get a move back up and top the congestion area, I would expect shorts to be strong there as well, like they have been for the past couple weeks. So that's what I have here today. I hope everybody had a good day of trading. I hope everybody has a good rest of their night, and I will see everybody tomorrow in the chat.